Titanoboa was gone. The giant snake that once ruled ancient swamps had vanished from Earth. Its bones remained buried beneath the ground. Its kingdom had disappeared, and for a while, it seemed as if nature had lost its most terrifying predator. But while the forests were changing, something else was happening beneath the oceans. A new monster was rising, one so powerful that even today, millions of years later, people still talk about it. A creature whose teeth were larger than a human hand. A creature capable of hunting some of the biggest animals that have ever lived. A creature that turned the oceans into its hunting grounds. Its name was Megalodon, and its story is even more terrifying. The mystery of the giant teeth. Long before scientists understood what Megalodon was, people kept finding enormous teeth. They washed up on beaches, they were discovered in cliffs, and they appeared in places all around the world. No one knew where they came from. Some believed they belonged to dragons. Others thought they were the remains of sea monsters. The teeth were simply too large to belong to any known animal. For centuries, the mystery remained unsolved. Then science finally provided an answer. These giant teeth belonged to an ancient shark. Not just any shark. The largest predatory shark ever known. Megalodon. A name that means big tooth. A shark beyond imagination. Trying to imagine Megalodon isn't easy, because nothing alive today truly compares to it. Scientists estimate that Megalodon could reach lengths of 50 to 60 feet. Some estimates suggest it may have been even larger. Picture a school bus swimming through the ocean. Now imagine that school bus was alive. Imagine it moving silently through the water. Imagine it hunting. That's how enormous Megalodon was. Its body was built for power. Its muscles were massive. Its tail generated tremendous speed. And unlike most predators, Megalodon didn't need to hide. Its size alone made it terrifying. The most feared jaws in the ocean. But Megalodon's true weapon wasn't its size, it was its mouth. The jaws of Megalodon were absolutely enormous. A human could stand inside them. Its teeth were triangular, serrated like giant knives, perfectly designed for tearing through flesh and bone. Some of those teeth reached more than 7 inches in length, and there were hundreds of them, row after row, ready to replace any tooth that broke during a hunt. Then there was its bite. Scientists believe Megalodon possessed one of the strongest bite forces ever measured for any animal. A single bite could crush bone. A single attack could cripple even the largest prey. Few creatures in history possessed that kind of power. The hunter of giants. What did Megalodon hunt? The answer is simple. Almost anything it wanted. But its favorite prey appears to have been whales. Ancient whales. Large whales. Sometimes very large whales. Scientists have found fossil whale bones bearing bite marks that match Megalodon teeth. Evidence of brutal encounters that happened millions of years ago. Megalodon didn't always attack head-on. Instead, it often targeted the fins or tail. One powerful strike, and the whale could no longer swim effectively. Once the prey was weakened, the giant shark moved in for the kill. It was efficient, calculated, and devastatingly effective. Ruler of the oceans. For millions of years, Megalodon dominated the seas. Its fossils have been discovered across the globe. North America, South America, Europe, Africa, Asia. Almost everywhere scientists look, they find evidence of this giant predator. Warm oceans became its empire, and within that empire, few animals could challenge it. Megalodon sat at the top of the food chain, the undisputed king of the sea, a predator so successful that it survived for millions of years. But even kings are not invincible. The first signs of trouble. At first, the changes were small, almost impossible to notice. Ocean temperatures began to shift. Sea currents started changing. Ecosystems slowly transformed. The world Megalodon depended upon was evolving, and evolution doesn't wait for anyone, not even giants. As the oceans changed, so did the animals living within them. The prey Megalodon relied upon began moving into different regions. Food became harder to find, and new competitors were beginning to appear. For the first time in millions of years, the king of the oceans faced a serious challenge. Something was happening. Something that even a giant shark couldn't stop. The oceans were changing. The prey was disappearing. New predators were arriving. And slowly, The reign of Megladon began to crumble. But what finally killed the most powerful shark in Earth's history? Why did a creature that survived for millions of years suddenly vanish? And if Megalodon and Titanoboa had somehow existed at the same time, which monster would have been the deadlier predator?